Hi everyone, welcome to AU Practic. In this video, we'll understand what is delimitation, a move that could reshape the country's political map and sparks a north versus south debate. Delimitation is the process of redrawing the electoral constituency boundaries based on the population changes. In India, this exercise was frozen in 2001 to maintain balance among the states. However, with the freeze set to end after 2026, the central government plans to redefine the parliamentary seats based on the latest census data. Now we will see the related articles in the constitution with respect to delimitation. First, the Article 81 regarding composition of the House of the People. That is the total number of seats in the Lok Sabha, which is at 530 from the states and 20 from the union territories. Further, the number of seats allotted to each state is based on the population ratio of that state to the total number of population. Further, the division of state into territorial constituencies is based on the logic that each constituency is having same number of population. Population figures are based on the last preceding census of which relevant figures have been published. However, there is a proviso in this article that until the relevant figures of the census taken after the year 2026 have been published, it has to be read as for the seat allocation to the states in the Lok Sabha, it is based on the 1971 census, and for redrawing of the constituencies in that state is based on the 2001 census. So the number of seats allocated to each state is based on the population census of 1971. Next, we will understand the Article 82, which reads as readjustment after each census. Allocation of seats in the Lok Sabha and division of state into constituencies need to be adjusted on completion of each census. However, there is a proviso in this article stating that till the figures of census taken after the year 2026 have been published, it is not necessary to readjust the number of seats allotted to each state in the Lok Sabha and redrawal of the constituencies in the state. Now we'll proceed to understand the Article 170, which is composition of the legislative assemblies in the states, which is combination of both 81 and 82 in the center. The same mechanism is also mentioned in the states that after completion of each census, the total number of seats in the assembly of each state and division of each state into different constituencies need to be readjusted. Further, there is a provision in this article 2, same as 82. There is no need of readjustment until the first census taken after the year 2026 have been published. Total number of seats in the assembly of each state is based on the 1971 census, and division of each state into constituencies is based on the population of 2001 census. Next, the Article 327, which is the power of Parliament to make provision with respect to elections to the legislatures. Parliament has the power to make laws for delimitation. It enacts the Delimitation Act, which governs how the constituencies are demarcated. Next, the Article 329, which states bar to interference by courts in electoral matters. This is particularly bar on judicial review. Courts cannot question the delimitation orders once finalized by the Delimitation Commission. This ensures the finality of the delimitation decisions. Now we understood that the total number of seats in the Lok Sabha and state assemblies have been freezed based on the 1971 census. This has been brought in through 42nd Amendment Act in 1976 that froze the delimitation process based on the 1971 census until the 2001 census, to control population growth. However, in the year 2001, through 84th Amendment Act, this freeze has been extended until 2026, meaning no increase or decrease in seats based on population growth. Moving further, the Article 330, which reads as reservation of seats to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in Lok Sabha. Further, a reservation of seats for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes in the Lok Sabha is also based on the proportion of SC/ST population to the total population of the state. In the similar fashion, there is also a proviso in this article that until the census figures after the year 2026 have been published, it shall be read as 2001 census. The recent introduction of reservation for women in the Lok Sabha seats and state assemblies through 106th Amendment Act of the Constitution of India is also contingent upon the completion of the delimitation exercise based on the post 2026 census data. So, the population is the key figure in the delimitation exercise. So, if readjustment is done based on the latest population figures of 2026 census, the states which have higher population growth rate might be gaining the seat share of Lok Sabha. However, those states which are having lowest population growth rate might have to see the seat cut. Accordingly, leaders from southern states such as Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Kerala express apprehension that delimitation based on updated population figures could reduce their representation in the Lok Sabha. These states have implemented effective population control measures, resulting in slower population growth compared to northern states. Consequently, they feared that the redistribution of parliamentary seats might favor the more populous northern regions, diminishing the political influence of the south. In contrast, northern states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and Rajasthan, which have experienced higher population growth, could gain additional parliamentary seats. This potential shift raises concerns about the exacerbating existing north-south divide in terms of political representation and resource allocation. On an estimate basis, the southern states might be losing on an average 5% seat share in the Lok Sabha based on the 2011 population figures available in the public domain. This figure of 5% might be increasing even further if it is based on the latest census data. There are news in the media that number of seats in the Lok Sabha might be increasing from 543 to 800 plus. It is pertinent to note here that the ratio of the state population to the country population will be remaining same whether it is 543 or the 800 plus. So what's the road ahead? Will the southern states unite to oppose this delimitation move based solely on the population figures? Or will the central government go ahead with its own plan of readjusting the Lok Sabha seats based on the updated population figures? And most importantly, how will this affect the voter? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.